I went to Walmart and haggled them on a classic car part. I'll let you just watch it, and then I'll go back and explain it. I did silence out the Walmart music because I don't want to copyright, but I tried to leave all the conversation there. I didn't know I was being recorded. Here, look at it after my intro.
It's a special guy who want them, and I'm your guy. If I got him for
I'd give them up for 125.
125.
Today's price is 170.
Right. Yeah, 170 is about 110. I'll load them.
110.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right.
I actually think it's really good.
Okay.
You want to put them in here?
This is where I learned that I was actually being recorded by my wife.
They got wiggle room, and don't let them tell you they don't.
Show us what you got.
Super Cobra radio, 255, 60. It's a great tire size that I like to use.
Right. Nice.
Sure. No, I'm just kidding.
You got one? Is that for both?
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Do I use that gun there at the end, or what do I do? So I see these 255 60R15 Cooper Cobras sitting there, and they're in the clearance, and they're marked 150 bucks each, which is actually a really good deal. But I told my wife, I said, hey, I kind of would like to have these tires, but I want them cheaper than that. And she's seen me do this before, by the way, in department stores. So anyways, I go to the tire desk. I said, hey, I want to make an offer on some tires you got out there. And they're like, what? You would have to do that. You'd have to talk to whatever the guy's name was. You'll have to talk to him. And I said, well, get him here then. I want to talk to somebody who I can make an offer to. So anyways, I get the conversation with the guy and I say, look, I want these tires, but I want them for, and my initial offer was $100 each. And in order to do this, you got to have something. You got to have some sort of a card you're playing, right? This just doesn't work for everything they got in their store. You got to have something that entices them to listen to your offer and want to take it. In my case, in this case, what I had going for me is there's no car in the parking lot. Probably no car on earth ever came with a P255 60R15. It's something that people put aftermarket. But if you're not that guy and you're just coming in to get your tires, you're not going to sell that tire. That's why whoever ordered them didn't pick them up. They put them out there on clearance. They don't want the tire because how long are they going to hold on to that tire before somebody actually comes in and wants to buy it? Okay, so right here,
It's a special guy who want them, and I'm your guy.
I'd give them up for 125.
okay, so when you hear him say I would give him up for 125, I had initially made the $100 offer. And what you got to understand is I already went through him when my wife actually started getting closer with the cart and recording. At this point, he's saying he's counter offering 125 because I already made the $100 offer. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'd already played my card of, look, this is an oddity. You're going to wait a long time and probably never have somebody come in and say, I need new tires on my car, and it's going to require this, because no car really came with this tire. So I told him, you're going to wait for some guy to come in with a classic car who has a purpose for these, And I said, that might be a long time for you. I said, I'm your guy. And I think he knew that his opportunity to sell, and he had the right customer in front of him at the time. That's why he counteroffered for 125. When he said 125, I pretty much knew I was going to buy the tire. We were just going to decide on the final price. And then you'll hear that I counteroffered for 110.
110, I'll load them. It's up to you.
110?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right.
So here I'll post a picture of the Summit price. Today is November 12th, 2025. For the same exact 2 tires, shipped free to my house for $27.40 of tax, comes to $405.38. And here's a picture of the receipt through Walmart, $235.40. So that's a considerable savings on just 2 tires. But you got to keep in mind, these deals can pop up anywhere. They don't have to be at a flea market or a swap meet or a marketplace or anything like that. It can come up in your department stores. It depends on what people order. People are everywhere. People are always ordering. And you don't know what they're going to order and if they'll go pick them up or not. So, yeah, it's not. I found some very odd things. And when you got that odd thing show up that probably they'll never sell at that store because nobody goes to that store to look for that specific item. You know, you just got to be aware. And that's a time when you can haggle the price, save yourself some money, help them get rid of their merchandise, and help you build your car and get your car on the road cheaper. I just want to share this with my viewers, give them another opportunity to keep a half eye open when you see stuff like this. Maybe the clearance price isn't the final price. Obviously, you're not going to, I wouldn't call a manager over there on a $4.97 price, $4.97 price screwdriver. Hey, would you take $3? But if you're talking of something of substance, something that's going to run some expense like this, run up $100 or two, it's worth having the conversation, especially if it's on clearance. Clearance says, hey, we don't want it in our store no more. We're going to bargain it down. You know, there's lots of ways you can do it. In this case, it was an oddity for them, not for me, for them. Sometimes it's volume. Many times, if you got something that you're bringing to the table, then oftentimes, you know, they'll work with you. So just another way. I'm always trying to hang on to my hard-earned money. It's expensive out there. Goodness.